With the announcement of Cassia, Blizzard's newest addition to the Nexus, I got to thinking, I really miss playing Diablo 2. I wonder if I should give that another shot. I mean, last I checked, the servers are still up. Why not reinstall and get my nostalgia on? Oh, right. That's why I dropped this game. This is the Heroes of the Storm Heroic Spotlight, and today we're looking at Cassia, the War Matron, the Javazon. She's a Javazon. Okay, so Blizzard's gone and thrown another assassin at us. As you might expect, people are less than thrilled. What's more, I don't really think anyone expected the Amazon from Diablo 2 to make a comeback either, especially with all the cries for Malthael or Imperius running around. Hell, there's even rumors that Genji from Overwatch is slated to make an appearance, and if that happens, let's hope you don't like playing support.
I need healing.
But here's the thing, even if no one asked for her, Cassia has some really nice potential in the Nexus, and she's only just got here. She's well-rounded with her abilities, she has kiting potential, and she synergizes well with other characters, as opposed to just relying solely on her own kit. And if you're an avid fan of Diablo 2 like I am, you'll recall how important synergies were in that game. Cassia's passive is Avoidance. She gains 65 points of armor whenever she moves around unmounted, giving her a 65% damage reduction from attacks. 65%! Holy crap, that's a lot, and that's just her passive. Now there are a few things to be aware of with this. The armor only helps to resist attacks, not abilities, so characters like Jaina or Li Ming will still eat right through you, regardless of how sprinty you are. And unlike Tracer or Lucio, Cassia can't move and attack at the same time, so when she stops to hit something, bye-bye armor. Because of that, practice and timing are the keys to mastering Cassia. She's a ranged attacker, and even though her attacks don't quite reach as far as others, she can still plink enemies from far enough of a distance to give you some wiggle room. You'll have to learn how to move and attack in a sort of rhythm with her, striking when enemy moves, and moving yourself when they go to hit back. In theory, it sounds simple, but in practice, it's much more difficult. After a few games, you should have an idea how to work around her armor. That sounded dirtier than I meant it to. Your Q is Lightning Fury. Is it a bad time to mention that I used to play a Boson back in the day? Ah well, at least I still have you, Nova. Cassia hurls an electrical javelin forward, striking the first enemy hit for minor damage. When the bolt hits, it splits off to either side, dealing damage to additional targets. Now because of its low cooldown and mana cost, this will be your ideal way to poke at the enemy. It comes with a questing talent attached at level 1, and out of the possible options, it's the one I'd most recommend. Now that's not to diminish the usefulness of the other two talents, I just drastically prefer Thunderstroke. The biggest asset to this ability is how it branches off. A lot of players like to clump up for teamfights, overwhelming and oppressing enemy comps with a lot of hard CC, and while that can be deadly for some, those kinds of spots are exactly where this ability shines. The bolt itself might stop at the first enemy hit, but with so many foes close together, you'll usually wind up striking 2, 3, even 4 enemies at once. What's more, the damage from the split is equal to the damage of the initial impact, so you're not losing anything even if you just barely manage to nick someone with it. Okay, so, honest question here. Blizzard always likes to release one additional skin when they announce a new hero, not counting their master skins. Why did Cassia get stuck with a pirate skin? Like, they couldn't think of anything else? There was a perfectly good rogue design from Diablo 1 just sitting there! Come on, Blizzard, you know you want those sweet nostalgia dollars. Cassia's W is Blinding Light. After 0.5 seconds, all enemies within a small targeted area become blinded for 2 seconds. Now that's fantastic just on its own, but the best is yet to come. This ability also grants Cassia a passive damage buff whenever she attacks a blinded target, making her attacks deal 15% additional damage. What's even better is that this boost isn't limited to things that are blinded by Cassia alone, so fighting alongside a Joanna, or Lili, or Artanis gives the War Matron even more destructive capabilities. See? Synergy. It's important. Now, even with her passive, Cassia is still just an assassin. She doesn't have the best survivability, and she lacks a crucial escape. To combat this, her blind helps give her an edge against most of the attacker heroes in the game, and what's more, it can be upgraded in a variety of ways. You can raise its duration and increase its damage with True Sight, or make it so getting rooted or stunned procs a copy of the ability to protect you. My personal favorite though? Ring of the Leech. Taking this talent makes trading with Cassia even better. Low on health? Throw down a blind and dive in with your E. Weak after a fight? Give a minion lane the old 1-2 combo, you'll be right as rain in no time. Speaking of which, let's talk about her E. Fend. Cassia dives to a nearby enemy and channels for 1.5 seconds, dealing damage to all enemies in a cone before her throughout the duration. Combining this with your W is the best way to deal a ton of quick, safe, and effective damage without much risk in return. Mixing it with talents like Impale or Penetrate makes Cassia a right beast with very little effort. Now the biggest drawback to this ability is how it works against your passive. After all, once you use it, you're kinda committed to one place until Fend wears off. That's why landing your W is so important. If you just dive in recklessly, you'll just wind up watching your team on the losing end of a 4v5, and nobody wants that. But what about her ultimate abilities? Ball Lightning is Cassia's first heroic. Yeah, that's right. Blizzard actually made a skill called Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning.
Ball Lightning.
Stupid name aside, this is actually my heroic of choice for her. She throws a large orb of energy at an enemy hero that bounces up to 6 times between it and other nearby enemy heroes. If there isn't anyone for the ball to jump to, Cassia herself can act as a conductor to keep the ball bouncing. Jeez, it's hard to make this thing sound cool. Now this ability is fantastic if you start encountering teams that like to group up, because, just like with Medivh's polymorph, merely using it can cause an enemy team to panic and let that damage stack up. What's more, if you choose to buff it with its 20 talent, the ball will continue to bounce indefinitely until it runs out of targets.
Do it! Just do it!
So, usually when I say I prefer one heroic over the other, it's because one is just plain a better choice. But that's not the case this time. The reason I dislike Cassia's second heroic, Valkyrie, is because I just plain suck at trying to land it. I don't know what it is, but I'll be damned if I can ever hit anyone with this blasted skill. It's not even like it has a weird hitbox or requires timing to land, I just can't do it. The ability calls down a Valkyrie warrior at a target location, who quickly turns to rush towards Cassia after 0.75 seconds. If it hits an enemy hero, it latches on and drags them towards you, dealing minor damage and stunning them for 0.5 seconds at the end of the drag. I can definitely see the uses for this, like pulling a healer or mage out of the backline to take them out of the fight, or to stop an enemy from fleeing to secure a kill, but this is just not the heroic for me. So in the end, is Cassia good? Yes, but with the right team comp, she can grow to be great. Allying her with heroes who can blind is the key to unlocking all of her potential, and allows her damage to get crazy good at the same time. She excels at the poke game, especially once you buff her Q, and with the right talents, she can grow to be a right beast in team fights, even well into the late game. She's far from broken and needs a decent amount of practice to get any real timing of her passive down, but if you're an avid fan of Diablo 2 like I am, just having her around is enough. But Blizzard, let's be real here. Can we please get Deckard Cain already?
Stay a while and listen.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. Like with the Probius Spotlight, I really had to rush to get this one out on time, but it was definitely worth it. If you like this video, show it some love by sharing it around and giving me your feedback. I'm eager to get started on the next Spotlight, so if you have a thought on who it should be, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my Discord channel to keep in touch and jump into some games. Maybe you'll even make it into the next Spotlight, and it'll help guarantee that one day I'll see you in the Nexus.